Hi, welcome to Taste Talk with Tom O'Neill. I'm Ben Simons.
And I'm Tom O'Neill.
And this is a new video series that we're going to be doing where we're going to get into some of the various aspects of tasting wine and the winemaking process. And today you're in for a treat. We're going to be dropping some serious wine knowledge on you. Or I'll say this guy over here to my left is going to be dropping the wine knowledge. But so what are we going to be talking about today, Tom?
Well, I thought we'd start out with the actual winemaking process.
Sounds great. Sounds great. It's really there. You can get really geeky really fast on this stuff. It's just like there's so much science that goes into the winemaking process, and I think it can go over a lot of people's heads a little bit. You start getting into talking about Brix levels and malolactic fermentation and maceration, which sounds a little bit like something that should be done from the privacy of your own home.
Yeah, maceration. It's not what it sounds like.
Yeah, because public maceration doesn't sound like something I would say.
No, and Pee Wee Herman has been permanently barred from the winery.
Yeah. So why don't we go into a little bit? What are the sort of the basic steps of the winemaking process, Tom?
Okay, well, winemaking can get very geeky and very scientific very fast. There's a lot of chemistry involved, but fortunately, you don't really need to understand all those details in order to enjoy a good glass of wine. What's happening in winemaking at its most basic is that sugar molecules in the grape juice are being broken down by yeast enzymes and then reassembled as alcohol and carbon dioxide. When harvest gets here in October-ish, more or less, grapes come into the winery. If you're making red wine, the red grapes get crushed and then fermented along with the skins in stainless steel tanks. If you're making whites, the white grapes get very gently pressed so that the juice can be removed from the skins as quickly as possible to keep the juice as clean and clear as possible. And eventually everything gets fermented, bottled, and enjoyed.
That's all there is to it, right? That's easy peasy.
Anybody can do it, yeah.
Actually, I know that's not really all there is to it. It's a lot more involved than that. But that was sort of the Cliff Notes version, I guess.
Yeah, it was more like the Cliff Notes of the Cliff Notes.
Fair enough. All right, well, that brings us to the segment that we like to call the finish. And this is going to be a segment that we're going to do at the end of each of these episodes. And it's where we get a little crazy, do a little something, have some fun with it. So today we're going to be talking about some celebrity wine labels. And there's over the last several years, there's been a bunch of these cropping up. Some of them are just kind of vanity projects that that somebody buys a winery and starts cranking out juice. But then there's people like Maynard James Keenan from Tool, who's actually getting involved in the winemaking process.
Right.
It's kind of all over the place. But I think overall, these people need a little bit of help naming their wineries, and so that's the service that we offer.
Yeah, there have been some stumbling points as far as naming these wines, and we just want to help these folks out. So we thought, for example, Tom Cruise could have Couch Jumper Red.
I like it. Yeah. It's an aggressive red blend that starts off smooth and then transition to some notes of nutty fruitcake.
Exactly, fruitcake being the key concept here.
Yeah. So, how about Paris Hilton could start a winery and could call it Mirage?
Oh yeah, yep. Hot on the attack, thin on the mid-palate, and downright vacant when it comes to structure. And there's no question that Charlie Sheen's wine would be called Tiger Blood.
Yeah, none whatsoever. Although I think that his decision to actually attempt to ferment Tiger Blood could cause some problems with the people over at PETA.
Yeah, I definitely don't see any winning happening here.
No, I don't think I would want to drink it either.
No, me either.
All right, well, that's all that we have time for today. If you'd like to send us in your ideas for celebrity wine labels, we'd love to hear them. We'd also like if there are some wine names that you have come across that you actually like, then you can send those as well.
There are some pretty bizarre ones that actually do exist, so you can send us those as well.
Yep. And you can also send any questions that you have about anything involving wine, and Tom and I can maybe cover those on a future episode. Sure. So you can reach us by emailing us at thomasoneillcellars or info@thomasoneillcellars.com, or you can hit us up on Twitter and Facebook. The Twitter handle is Thomas O'Neill Wine, and the Facebook page is thomas.o'neill.cellars. And I guess that'll get us taken care of. So we hope to see you on the next episode, and thanks for watching. And cheers.
Cheers.